all, it's Ali here. I'm in the kitchen and I'm making carrot cake buns. Now, you've seen me do this before, but I'll go through the recipe as I'm going along. Every time, like this morning, we went into a cafe and it was really lovely. And they have if they have gluten-free cake, which is great, 9 times out of 10 it's very gritty. And I don't know why. It may be because it's standing for a long time. I'm really not too sure why it goes gritty. But it is very nice. It was really nice this morning. A bit too sugary. I can't even believe I'm saying that, because as anyone knows me, I've got more than a sweet tooth. I'm going to talk to you about other things as I go along, because I've got things to update you to health-wise. Simon and I have been going through quite a lot at the moment. We're going through some trying times to do with age, really, more than anything. But I thought I'd update you. At the moment, I'm grating my carrots. I've got these little tiny thin carrots, as you can see. So I'm just going to do a few of these ready to put in these buns. So yeah, Simon went and had his scan for his, anyone that doesn't know, he's got prostate cancer. And yes, darling, I said prostate. I'm doing the video. Do not interrupt, please. I know your anatomy. So yeah, he's got prostate cancer. And the silly bugger's got high markers, and you know, he's scored a 35, which isn't great. So they've got to see how far it's spread. It's come out of the prostate, the cancer. He hasn't lost weight, he's gained weight. So that gives me hope that actually he's really not that ill at all. They will give him, he started on these tablets that shrink the prostate now. Now he's had the scan. So that's been going for a few days, or a couple of days. And we're hoping to get the results soon, and hopefully they will be able to get on top of things, get the radiotherapy started, finished, and then he'll be cancer free. That's how it's going to go, I would imagine. Obviously, if it's spread further, one, I would have expected him to lose weight, which he hasn't, but in the event it has, he might have to have chemo. I don't know. But certainly, it should be curable. It's just hard, you know, when you don't know. And they take, you know, weeks and weeks about getting around, because prostate cancer is a slow-growing cancer. However, some people get cells that are a bit faster or more aggressive, which Simon's got. But Simon's is only 66, and he lives well, let's be honest. He has me looking after him. And when we went for this scan, there's a lot of waiting around for the person that isn't having the scan. I sat outside and chatted to some of the cleaners, I think they were, at Southampton Hospital. They come from abroad, a lot of them. Most of them, there weren't very many English. Nice young girls. I sat outside, it was really windy, and I saw the air ambulance going over. They had somebody, obviously in an emergency, and they didn't even glance at it, but I was like, oh my God, it's going to land on the top of, you know, the building. And I thought how lucky we were in this country to have that sort of facility, should you be in a road accident. When my son had broken his leg in a motorbike accident, they had the air ambulance out. They didn't have to actually take him anywhere, but you know, from then on, me and Simon support the air ambulance and give every month to them, because it's a wonderful job. I think they are run, I think, mostly on donations. I'm not totally sure whether they get government funding at all. So I very much support them and feel very blessed that they're there. So I had thoughts of that. I ate a lot of sweets the last 2-3 days. That's how I manage, shall we say, that's how I manage my feelings. I need to squish them down with nice food. So I've just got to go with it I haven't gained any weight, which is a good thing. I've kept the £5 off for now, although I think I feel like there might be a bit creeping on, but I'll ignore that because at the moment, psychologically, I've just got to go on through. Right, before I go to my next bit of news, 8 ounces of butter. I'm just going to soften it in the microwave. And I'm going to want to add, oh, that was quick. No, I want it a bit longer than that. I need a bowl to crack my eggs in. I got my whisk. Where's my whisk? Yeah, my whisk. The one that my friend always laughs at. I'm not going to bother getting the electric whisk out for one load of cakes. Should really, but can't be bothered. So, is this butter soft yet? Not quite. So yeah, we're going to beat up 4 eggs. I'm going to do 8 ounces of caster sugar in this mixture as well. So the first thing to do is to weigh out caster sugar. And I do it by ounces. Now 8 ounces is just over, it's about 225 grams. So that's of the butter and the sugar. So I'm going to blend those together. Actually, I'm going to put things away as I go along because I find washing up and putting away good, and you get more space. I'm also going to put sultanas in my buns because I like a sultana. So I'm going to whisk these together. The other problem I've had is a lot of pain in my neck. And so we're bleeding the NHS dry at the moment. I'm going to have a scan on my neck because I've got pins and needles down this arm intermittently. I don't think it's anything too serious. I think it's where the bulging disc is perhaps pressing on a nerve, but obviously they want to have a look. And that might require surgery, but I'm rather hoping that they can do something non-surgically. I know there are so many other treatments out there now rather than going under the knife. And if there's one going that doesn't require surgery, I'm all for it. I always think the more surgeries you have, there's more chance of infection getting in, and I've learnt that a lot from my best friend Lisa about infection and how quickly she spreads the word about sepsis and how quickly sepsis can take hold. And when you have any sort of opening in you, you've got to really think, is this really important? And balance out, do I need it, don't I need it, before you go under the knife. I really would urge anybody, because when once you open up, there's a chance for infection. So, right, I'm going to break my 4 eggs, like this. I've creamed my butter and sugar with my trusty whisk. I do love baking. I haven't done it for a long time because I keep saying, oh well, I eat too much of it, but truth be known, I just eat other junk instead, especially when I'm in this sort of mood. Anyway, oh, I made this shirt, by the way. I wanted to do a bit of smocking, and that's as much as I got, because I haven't actually got a pattern, you see, for an adult smocking thing. So I'm going to have to, oh, I just spilt my egg over the side. Okay, no problem. Right. I'm now beating my eggs, and I know you're going to say to me, you should be gradually putting the eggs in. Yeah, just chuck them in, beat them up. That's what I say. I know I should be probably doing it differently. When I finish this video, I've got a load of drying to do. I've got a machine load to put in the dryer, but I didn't want the tumble dryer on while I was making a video because it's really noisy. What else? What other news? Oh yeah, my son, younger son Toby, birdkeeper Toby, he's up at Summer in the City enjoying himself. That's very much his once a year thing. He does go away to other events, but they all have such good fun up there, such a good bunch of people. Right, that is now really whisked together. It's amazing, just a little whisk like this, which is actually part of an electric whisk, how much you can get. Can you see that? Nice and whisked together, just about. So in this mixture, I'm going to be adding 8 ounces of gluten-free flour. See, it's quite useful because everything's 8 ounces. And then 4 of the, which is the 225, and then 4 of the eggs. So it's an easy one in the brain to remember. You could jig it about, no problem at all, you really could. I'm going to add the flour first, and I'm also going to add some ground spice. Because that's really nice in these cakes. Oh God, you're going to say how much? Okay. How much did I put in? About that. I'm going to say a couple of teaspoons. Again, it depends how strong you like it. I personally do quite like to taste the ground spice. So I'm going to add that in. And normally one would fold, not beat. Don't beat the mixture in. I'm using my whisk. I should probably be folding it, but I'm not going to bother because I know it rises. I only know it rises because I've done it before. Now, when you add in your carrot and your sultanas, you'll find that, again, just do it by eye. How much do you like in there? Some people don't like sultanas in their mixtures, and that's fine. The carrot will help your, carrot and banana are 2 things that help your cakes rise. So if you do bananas or carrot cake, you know, really you don't need a baking powder as well. Usually I do put a spoonful of baking powder in, but I haven't got any. So, hey, I won't. I tell you. So, life has been a bit challenging. Our oldest son has also got problems with his back. Not that it's going to stop him working, because he doesn't do any bloody work anyway. He's not really... He lurches from job to job, shall we say that. He's a very sweet guy, absolutely adores carp fishing, and is on Instagram. He's on Theo Hill, and do give him a like. He did get a sort of a sponsorship actually that came in this week, which was rather nice, from a company that will give him discount. I think the idea is that he promotes them a bit, and then they promote him because they like his pictures. And it's called Casual Carp that he's using for his products. And this company's quite a new company. I'm not getting paid for saying anything about the company. I'm just telling you that he's been offered a sponsor. They can't pay him anything yet, but it would be nice if it grew into something like that. Who knows? Because that's his passion. That is his passion. He lives and dreams fishing. So anyway, I'm going to pop these into the bun cases that go into these little holders here, and I'm going to pop them in the oven for 180 for about 15 minutes, and that's all there is to it. Anyway, it's nice to have made a video, and thank you for listening to all this blurb. I hope that you've all enjoyed this, and I will see you again, I hope, not in the too distant future. Take care, bye.